Good evening, everyone. This is another episode of EDP 365, the March month of men. Before we begin this evening, I'm going to read the content warning, and here it goes. EDP 365 covers topics with explicit language and is intended for mature audiences only. Topics may be sensitive to some, and everyday people may not agree with the views expressed during this discussion. But please keep in mind that the views expressed in this discussion, we are giving you the point of view of everyday people in everyday situations, and EDP 365 is not afraid to go there.
All right, y'all. So it's another Tuesday. Like Chris said, we are not afraid to go there. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Les.
And I am author Chris Allen, aka Chris Styles, and we're Everyday People 365 on Facebook Live and YouTube.
All right, so let me do this real quick. I need to share in my other group real quick. EDP, there we go. All right, so here we go. All right, y'all. So tonight, before we get into anything, want to take time to just have this is a moment of silence for prayer, personal prayer. Mr. L. Bravador, Finley Bradford, posted today that the doctors think he had a heart attack, and so we ask that you keep him in prayer. I've been on Bravador's show. Chris and I have both been on his show.
Yes, we have.
He, being on his show, has introduced me to other people. He is basically the reason that we made the connection with Eleanor, and so you all please keep him in prayer during this time. All right, y'all. So now we're going to get to the next part of the show, which is... Oh, did I even have the moment for him? We're praying for him, but let me have the moment.
Yeah, have that moment.
And there's the moment. All right, so... y'all know what's next. We do the whole wine thing. So I'm going to share the wine fact before I have my glass. And I've never had this wine before, not this brand. All right, so the wine fact. If a husband found his wife drinking wine in early Roman times, he was at liberty to kill her. It was forbidden for women to have wine. Wow, that is crazy. What would I do without having my glass of wine? You know, nowadays I make sure there's always a bottle in my house. And so, let me see. Let me taste this. This is called...
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is the Chocolate Cellar Chocolate Red Wine. So that's what we're drinking tonight. For one of the drinks.
Les, hold on for a second. Could you imagine? Look, your relationship is so bad that she's begging you to bring home a glass of wine. Begging you to bring home a bottle of wine.
Oh my God. So let me taste this.
Let me see. You know, I saw this the other day. I thought about picking it up too, but...
Okay, it's not too bad.
Not too bad.
It's not as chocolatey as I thought it would be, but it's not bad.
So with the chocolate red wine, so if the chocolate red wine was a man, could he get it?
He could look, but...
Oh, okay.
He couldn't quite get it.
So now y'all know the extent of, you know, it's entertainment, it's something to do, but would you ever bring him back again?
Well, I got another man in the car right now, so I'm gonna have to work it out with him and see how it goes.
Gotcha.
Give him another chance. Alright, y'all, so real quick, shameless plug for what I'm doing. I'm selling these t-shirts. This t-shirt says, believe in yourself, okay? Believe in yourself. And Be You is in red. So this is what I'm selling. This is going for $15. This is a size large. This is a large, ladies. Gentlemen, this can be a nice gift for your wife or your boo, your boss, the boss lady in your life. So again, it says, believe in yourself. And in red, it says, be you. So this is really cute. So, I love this.
Okay.
So, I also have this. So I did this one as well. This one says, what size is this? I don't even know what size this is. This is an extra large. And for all of our ladies out there, if you're a boss, this is so pretty. I'm going to bring this closer to the screen because the details of this is so really, really great. It's so really, really great, y'all. Why am I waving to Chris? Alright, so can you see this? Look at that. Look at those colors. That is beautiful. And the rhinestones, they sit up. Now, shirts I've done before, they haven't sat up that high. But this
That's
is such...
glistening.
Yes.
It's
twinkling.
Sounded like my teeth.
Shut your mouth. It twinkling glisten. So this is beautiful. And this is for all the boss ladies out there. This one is going for $15, y'all. Now, if I sell any more of these, it's probably going to be more for $15. But I'm going to let this go for $15 for any of our boss ladies who want to get this. Look at this. Look at this. And I'm going to bring the other one closer to the screen. But look at how it glistens. Oh, my gosh. All the pretty colors. That's beautiful. So, again,
that's hot.
This is the other one that I'm selling. Says, believe in yourself, be you. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. So both are going for $15. If you interested in getting this t-shirt. And these are only 2 that I have. So if you're interested in buying those t-shirts, just hit me up. Hey, lads, I want those t-shirts. All right. So, and that's also gonna there's gonna be a shipping and handling charge. But if you're in the Richmond, Virginia area and you want to meet me somewhere, we can alleviate all that. But you can cash app me. My cash app is Leslie, Lesley, first person to inbox. Well, cash app me. $15 for each shirt. Not bad. All right. So next, what is Les watching? So let me tell y'all what I'm watching.
Les, what you watching, Mama?
All right, so I have been watching, because all of my Showtime, Star shows are not on. So I've been watching Unsung. The new season is on. And so the first group up was Drew Hill. So they had an interesting story.
Ooh, yeah.
Yes. But that's Casey and JoJo.
Oh, Casey and JoJo.
I'm saying Casey and JoJo.
The dragon.
So their story was on. Yeah, exactly. And so that was pretty interesting. And I tried to watch Roxanne Shante last night, but fell asleep in the bed early. So once I get home, I'm going to try to watch it tonight. So that's what I'm watching lately, Unsung. Check those 2 things out. And it's so interesting when you hear these stories. You see these stars thinking they got it like that, and they balling, having a good time. Cisco said they had to split 1 penny between 4 people. But you know what I contribute that to? People not reading contracts, not having an understanding of what it is that they're signing. They're all excited about being a part of something, being a star, and in the end, you're getting screwed. So I tell this to the ladies that come through my class all the time. Read stuff before you sign it. It is so important that you read and understand documentation, okay?
But you know, Les, for real,
What?
I think all of us as a whole, music industry, whether we dealing with friends or we dealing with family or whatever like that, there's a lot of times that we have so much trust in people to do the right thing.
Right.
That as long as, they like, we're going to get you into business, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. And we're happy with that because we know our potential, our talent is going to take us where we need to be. But again, if you don't read the fine print, and that's why I always send, contracts and hire the people to look over them to see if they agree, if there's anything that we're talking about to change. We talk about it, we can update and change it. But you definitely got to have somebody in your corner who's going to look out for you, and not just because you're excited, you're happy to sign a contract and a piece of paper.
Right.
And again, sometimes if you don't understand the verbiage and the language, and those type of contracts are very extensive. There's a lot of verbiage and wording in it. And you need to take that to somebody professional to look over it and explain those things to you. Don't just because somebody puts a paper in front of you.
Exactly.
We want to sign you. Of course they want to sign you.
And people have a habit of doing that. They'll be like, all it says is that you're going to be part of EDP 365 Facebook Live. You're going to be a host. And then you go home and read it, and it says, every Tuesday at 7 p.m., you're going to take your drawers off.
You sign the tree's blood, which is the ink. You sign that on that paper.
Yes.
So that's what you're going to do, or we're going to sue you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So hey to everybody who's watching. El Bravador was watching a minute ago. I don't know if he's still watching. So if you all can just do some, do the prayer hands for him right now. Just let him know you got him in prayer because he was watching a second ago. I hope he's still watching.
Wow.
And y'all, let's let him know that we love him, we care about him, and we want him to have a healthy recovery. But this is something that he said in a post, and it was a very short post. And he said, don't be stressed out. Something about not being stressed. So y'all, today if you're stressing about something, let it go. Let those things go. Let it go and give it to God and let God handle that because that's what he wants to do. Our Heavenly Father wants to take our stress and, handle those problems and things for us. As I've gotten older, I'm not saying that certain things don't bother me, but y'all, I tell you this, I stress way less than I used to. And I just look at things from a different perspective. Just to give you an example, if I have an event and only 2 people show up and I'm expecting 20, guess what? That's who God wanted in the room, those 2 people. If I get in a situation with whether it's a business relationship or personal relationship, whatever the case may be, if it's ended, guess what? It was time for it to end and it's time to move on. What did I get from it? What have I learned? How can I move on? And so you all, again, don't sit at home stressed. Reach out to friends. Above anything, pray. But again, just wanted to give that shout out to El Bravador because he's amazing. He's an amazing guy. He's an amazing guy.
Now, before we move forward, there's a couple comments.
Okay.
Miss Gillum L she said a lot of them are very unhappy. They're in a situation and they're being preyed upon, so they're being taken advantage of, and they want that quick money and fame. So, a lot of people in the industry, when you sign those contracts, you may get a forward of money. That's not your money. It's actually money that has been loaned to you, so that you have to create a budget for your production, your sound, your video, all those type of things. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people go out and buy cars and jewelry and blow that money first. Right. And you only have a little bit of small portion of the budget to do what you need to do as far as getting the rest of your stuff done. But if you mess them over, trust me, they're going to mess you over in the end. So you have to be careful of what that money really means.
Let me say this real quick, Chris. So as I'm watching this, the Dru Hill story, and normally when you hear somebody that's kind of like dog somebody out or, pretty much screwed over them to make sure they had their money, they either are not on the show or you hear them pretty much deny it and not really own up to it.
Right.
But y'all, whoever this dude is, he ain't give a what. He did not care. He was so smug and saying, well, look, this is how it goes. I dealt with this guy. I don't deal with Dru Hill. They had to deal with him. This guy, y'all, he was so smug. Like, yo, I got my money. That's how it goes. But again, just read carefully. Understand what you're getting yourself into, whether it's on a large level, whether it's on a small level. Try to deal with people who are professional. Just like, real quick, I'm going to say this real quick, and then we can read the comments, and then you can go on to the thing that you told me you were going to do. But even with my vending event, I have friends who are participating in my vending event. Guess what, y'all? Here's your invoice. Here's your receipt. Keep it professional. Keep it professional, y'all. Keep it professional. But anyway, go ahead, Chris. I'm going to have another question.
So, I got to give you a boom on that because, again, you want an example of keeping it raw and professional.
I try. Miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. What the heck happened?
I'm gonna read 2 comments. One is by Maisha and one's by Mark. Maisha made a very true comment, and she says no matter what, everyone is going to look out for their own best interest.
That's right.
And Mark he said facts. He said, when you sometimes get into things, he said you get fucked over. He said I had to fight to get out of my music contract. And he was like, it came to the point where he was about to put hands on the gentleman. So trust me.
Don't lay paws on folks.
Listen.
Don't be a bear.
Yeah, I can't. Sometimes it happens.
I can't believe that happened because you didn't know you had a
I'm the one usually having the sound quality issues or something happens in regards to that. But
whatever.
let's go ahead.
Real quick, Tamika, I did see your message. I will respond to that once I get home tonight. If I don't respond to it tonight, that means I fell asleep. But I will definitely respond to that by tomorrow. It's probably gonna be yes, but let me just make sure that it's gonna be a yes before I say yes.
So when Les was saying what she was watching, she talking about Unsung and Drew Hill and Roxanne Shante. I saw something on Netflix that kind of made my stomach turn because it was called it was the documentary for Tony. And there was actually 6 members of this whole crew, and 3 of them actually came out with all the money and everything else. But y'all, it is so good. You have to see it.
What?
Tony.
I'm gonna go watch it tonight on Netflix.
Yes,
Okay,
you got to see that. And I've seen this so many times growing up, whether it was family businesses, whether people were coming up, whether their nephews and brothers played basketball together. It was all kind of things that I saw growing up and saw the same exact thing where when it comes to money, people sometimes they turn corrupt. Like beyond, I mean, somebody that you spent most of your life with growing up, that's like your family, your ace boom coon. And they end up driving a stake through your chest. You know what I mean? So, I mean,
when it comes to money, people can be grimy and don't give a crap. As long as that money is, they getting it, they don't care about some people.
Y'all check that out tonight. It's awful.
I'm gonna watch that.
But the next thing that I watched about 2 weeks ago, or what I saw, did any of y'all see the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight?
I heard about it.
Listen, although it was a brutal beatdown, I kind of knew that Fury was supposed to win the fight, but not like that. It hurt my heart to see, but even like Deontay was not himself in that fight. And I was just saying when he got in the ring, usually, you know, he's real amped and he's this and that and the third. And even when he went to go touch gloves, I was like, something's wrong, you know. So I figured, I was like, damn, did he have sex before the fight? Did he get drugged, or he just know he's supposed to lose the fight and he just can't pretend? I don't know what was going on, but I just say that I mean, he just looked. I don't know, conspiracy theorist type of junk, but I'm just saying that he just looked very weary, very sluggish, very tired, very uninterested in the fight. And a couple times before he even got in there to start the fight, he was wiping his eyes and, you know, just looking very lethargic. And I gotta say, something's wrong with him. I mean, is he sick? You know, so I was just looking at those type of things. And listen, y'all, when Tyson Fury had him on the ropes and he was flicking his tongue and licking his blood, and he was standing there just like taking it, I would have lost it. There would have been no gloves. I would have beat the brakes off that man. I would have slammed him on that canvas, and I'd have been elbowing him and doing all types of stuff to him. I couldn't believe he was doing that stuff. It was so gross. Like, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Like, this is the most awful and nasty I've ever seen in my life right there.
I wish I could have seen Chris just grit his cheek.
For real, I was like,
it was disgusting.
Oh, it was awful. I just knew it was awful, y'all. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. But for all the fellas out there, I just want to say for this, just a word of advice. I'm just going to say this, because I know a lot of men go through this, and this is why I'm mentioning it, because a lot of people have come to me about different things, and we talked, and people wonder why I have so much freedom with doing the things that I do, and don't have my significant other with me all the time, because, you know, we have 2 different business paths and 2 different things that we're doing. But Men, this is my word of advice for you. If you are living your truth, and if you are who you say you are, you don't have to explain too much to her, your co-workers, your boss, your friends, business associates. You don't have to say too much to them because they already know who you are. So with that being said, I'm just saying that when something happens or somebody brings something to your attention, you're not going to have too much explaining to do. You're not going to be like, what had happened was, or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? You just speak your truth, be who you are, and people understand and know where you're coming from. And they're going to, and you know, it's like the truth. You're going to tell them the truth, and it's going to be what it is. Instead of you trying to figure out you lying and you ducking and dodging and playing them games, them days are over. I'm just saying, if you live in your truth, your real truth, you're not trying to be somebody else, you're not faking the funk, people are going to accept you for who you are and believe what you're saying, take what you're saying as the truth. Les?
Alright, so real quick, this weekend, y'all, I hung out with one of our old co-hosts to the show. He said he doesn't like being called co-host. He likes being called friend or something, he said.
Yeah.
So me and Todd hung out this weekend. I love my BFF. So hey to Todd and Angie if y'all are watching. And so me and Todd did a live on Saturday, and then we followed up with a live on Sunday. And so it was great having him on the show. And so I'm actually supposed to see him this weekend, so maybe we can do something quick.
Improv.
Probably won't be anything long because I got some things going on this weekend. So shout out to Todd. So that was great having that conversation with him on Saturday. As always, he wasn't as live, raw, and uncut as he normally is. But he was still...
He was still that.
Right. He was, he's still live, raw, and uncut. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. So, March, y'all, is our March month of men. And so EDP, the platform, was actually created to be able to allow people to come on, talk about what they do, promote other people, and that's what I'm all about. I'm always about helping other people to grow, promoting people, and helping people to grow their brands. And so tonight, y'all, our first, and I didn't get to be on Female Entrepreneurs, but that's okay. But our first March of month guest is our own Chris Styles. So I'll kind of be doing an interview with Chris. So Chris will be the guest. My son does that. So Chris will be our guest tonight. I probably overdid it. But he'll be our guest for tonight. So Chris and I, and let me address some things because this was asked when Sandra Wilson was on our show and she didn't get to ask it. It was actually asked behind the scenes.
Okay.
She meant to ask, but she forgot because we got so wrapped up in the conversation. Chris and I have known each other for at least 10 years, I'm sure. At least 10 years. How we met was we were actually both working for the same agency. And some of you already know this story, but for people who are just tuning in for the first time, you get to hear how we met. So we were actually both working for that same agency. I would see Chris. I worked on the first floor. Chris worked on the second floor. But when he had to come downstairs, he's like, hey, how you doing? And Chris would just keep on walking. And so I started seeing Chris out, at events that our co-workers would have, that we would both be there together. Not together, but we both be in the same building at the same time. And it was still a, hey, how you doing? So we actually start working together outside of work with Miss Aisha Gaptu Diva, and shout out to her because she actually was the person that really kind of put us together, in all honesty. So shout out to Aisha, and I pray that she's doing well. And so that's where we started. We started doing some things with her, and then, everybody just kind of branched out on their own. And so me and Chris started collaborating and doing things together. And this is the funny thing. This was before Chris got married. It's like every time I would have something, I'd be like, hey, Chris, I'm having this blah, blah, blah. Come over. And so it didn't matter who was there. If it was 5 women, 10 women, no men, 2 men, 10 women, Chris was always there. And so from that point, we continue to build. Chris is an author. I'm an author. When I had the online magazine, Chris was a part of that, and that's when it really started to grow for Chris and I. So we did that together. I started the Blog Talk radio show, so Chris was a part of that. We did EDP 365 live. Chris was a part of, or is a part of that. I started EBO, Entrepreneurs and Business Owner. Chris is the vice president of that, and and so in addition to that, Chris and I have hung out, done things together. We'll go out, have drinks together. Chris has been to my house, and we just sat and had wine, just Chris and I, and talking and things like that. I'll share things with Chris that I probably wouldn't share with anybody else. Chris has shared things with me that are personal. I don't know if he would share those things with anybody else, but they were personal. And so the bond and I, between Chris and I, have grown over the years. So Chris is more than my friend. Chris is more than my business partner. Chris is more than
that's my sister.
My right hand. We're family. Mm-hmm. And so I thank God for having Chris in my life, because Chris is like one of my best friends. And so tonight tonight we celebrate Chris. Tonight is all about Chris Styles. So before I get into my questioning, I'm going to let Chris share some information about himself.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone who's listening, as Les kind of reiterated a little bit earlier, I am the co-host, and some people don't like to say co-host, but that's what I am. I'm co-host of the EDP 365 show. I am vice president of EBO, Entrepreneurs and Business Owners. I'm the owner of Ascension Publishing and Ascension Publishing Services. I'm a book coach, author, actor, model, speaker, adult and youth mentor. I'm a poet and a truth seeker. And I am the embodiment of empowerment, transparency, love, inner healing, self-help, and personal growth. So that's me in a nutshell.
All right. So you pretty much answered my first question, was what is under your umbrella brand, and I'm sure you probably left out some things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you do a whole lot more than that, because like out of the blue, people know that me and Chris are good friends. He knows that. I mean, a lot of people know that, and so they'll ask me things about Chris or whatever the case may be. And just in conversation, I'll hear, "Oh, Les, Chris is doing blah 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 for me." I was like, "What?" Good. That's a good thing. Chris is really branching out. So Chris is out here doing his thing. And so having so much going on, I know what's on your plate. You've already told our viewers what's on your plate. You're married. Of course, you have a social life. You go out, you do things, you have a good time. How do you find the balance?
Liz, viewers of EDP, she talks about balance. One of the things I do to find that balance, I have to make sure I prioritize. Everything has a time frame or a time limit to it, which helps me to balance what I'm doing throughout the course of the day. I do take time out to, whether it's 10 minutes during the course of the day, I take time out just to get by myself, just to gather myself, be quiet. Some people call it meditation, but I take that time out just to shut off everything else, just to get my peace of mind, because having that peace of mind is like everything to me. Outside of doing that, Les, and sometimes, I just really think, I'm going to tell you a short story, what happened to me when I was 28 years old. When I was 28 years old, I was in a very stressful marriage. Had 3 kids, the whole 9. I was working a job, a part-time, and I was going to school, and I was trying to maintain the household, and stuff was just, sometimes when you put your time and energy towards everything else, as opposed to really taking care of yourself, being able to find that peace, find that balance within yourself, it you keep pushing your body, at some point it's going to shut down. And the one day when I came into work that morning, I felt bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like I didn't feel like I was sick. I didn't have a cold. I didn't have anything like that. But I felt really bad that day. And I was like, damn, do I got heartburn or, what's going on? So I pushed through the day. By the time the end of the day came, I was getting ready to leave. Somebody came and asked me would I be able to stay a few minutes to finish up a project. And once I did that and handed them the project and they was getting ready to leave, and they was just like, oh, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, yeah, I'm okay. And the next thing I know, I'm falling over.
Oh, shut up.
And I hit the ground, and all I see is bright lights. And then I wake up in the hospital. And they told me that they had to bring me back 3 times.
Mm.
And all this was due to stress. Stress.
And it's so funny that you said that, because at the top of the show, we talked about stress, and I didn't even know you were going to bring stress up.
So stress is a killer, especially when you push yourself to the point that, where your body can't take it anymore. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, you always have to have a time out just for yourself. Mm-hmm. Even if you need 10 minutes, 20 minutes in between something, take a quick nap, do some meditation, mm-hmm. but just have that quiet time to gather and pull yourself together to push through. And another thing that I did suffer from was mental fatigue. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever heard of mental fatigue, but being mentally and emotionally fatigued is just as real and as taxing as it is physical. When you're working out real hard and you push yourself to the limit and you in the bathroom throwing up or trying, you feel like you're gonna throw up. I guess I pushed my body emotionally and mentally to the point where it was just like no mas. It was like I'm done. So that would be my answer to the question.
Okay. Well, let me address what you just said real quick and how important it is to have that time for yourself. So every couple of months, y'all, what I do is, so I understand what you're saying. Every couple of months, what I do is, y'all, I get myself a hotel room by myself. I don't tell anybody where I'm going, like maybe my mom and my kids, but I don't normally tell anybody where I'm going. I go out and I get me some fancy, pretty pajamas. I make sure I got my Victoria's Secret spray, and I go and get me a room. And so, thank God, this was I call it my Les R&R. And so this weekend, y'all, I had the cutest thing. I know the show is about you, but let me tell y'all about my stressing.
Do your thing.
So I got this cutest little pajama set. The top was pink, the bottom was pink. I got pink slippers to go with it. I got myself a bottle of wine. I went to my favorite hotel for the night, and that's how I ended up spending time with Todd this weekend, because where he was is where the hotel was at. And so, after I spent time with Todd, I went back to my room. I took me a shower. I put on my cute PJs. I had my glass of wine, and I just chilled. And, I didn't call anybody. Somebody ended up calling me.
No,
but
probably me.
No, you ain't.
No, well, not this time. Not this time.
And I just chilled. And the next day, I was refreshed. I got up. I did, a little promoting, a little things that I needed to do. But it was time by myself. Then I had somebody to call me and was like, well, why didn't you ask me to go? Because I went by myself. So if I asked you to go, then that means I wouldn't have went by myself. But those things are important to me. It makes a world of, and to piggyback on what you said, it makes a world of difference when you take that time to wind down. And y'all, I always look forward to my Les R&R. And I mean, it's just me. I get a nice hotel room and I just chill, and it makes a world of difference. And so you find what thing that's going to be for you, where you unwind, whether it's meditate, whether it's have 10 minutes to yourself, 15 minutes to yourself, whether it's to go away. And it can't be in Richmond. I can't do it in Richmond. Mm-hmm. I have to be somewhere else. Go and get a hotel room and stay by yourself and just chill and enjoy it. And get your pretty pajamas and your Victoria's Secret spray and your nice wig and just have a good time. And I did. In fact, it wasn't even long enough. I'm already planning my next Les R&R.
And,
all right.
Les, and then before you answer your next question, again, one of the things I would say too that helps me a lot even when I get to those places where I'm mentally, emotionally, physically fatigued, and I'm like, oh, stress. Sometimes I just either take a walk or I drive around.
Yep.
Close to where I live at, there's a big lake, and sometimes I can just go sit and just view the lake. The water's calm, everything is good, and sometimes I just sit in my car in silence. And a lot of times, what I also try to tell people, just to find that balance and that peace, I put on instrumentals in my car, like
find that balance.
Peaceful instrumentals that I ride in the car with, whether I'm going to work or coming home, because whatever, and that music has personality, it has feeling as well, and you put on that peaceful music, and it just changes your whole mood, my attitude, everything that I was thinking. It changes all that. So those are some other ways that you can actually deal with stress and things that you're going through.
We actually need to show on this because we're getting comments I didn't expect to get. So Gigi said, every time I take time for myself and relax, I feel bad and feel like I should be doing something and get up. Gigi, stop it.
Yeah.
Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to be stressed out, and you're going to be sent somewhere in the hospital, and we're going to be visiting you, bringing you some yarn and some crocheting stuff. No, find some time for you. I found that years ago. Find time for me. Because if I get in my car and I drive and there's nobody in the car with me, it's therapeutic. And I play the music that I like. That's part of my R&R Les weekend. That's why I said I can't do it in Richmond. I have to get in my car, I have to drive, I have to play my music. I don't want to talk to anybody. I want to get to that hotel room and chill. And like I said, right now I'm finding out where my next hotel is going to be because I'm going to do it again in a couple of months. So Tamika said, I really need to start doing that, Les. I truly need it. Tamika, don't start doing it. Do it. Tamika, tonight, make a commitment to at least start looking for your hotel and book your hotel or whatever it is that you're going to do to find that R&R. I'm telling y'all, it makes a world of difference. So Sunday morning, I put a post out and I took a picture from the view from the view out of my window, and I said sometimes you just need that R&R or something similar to that, and it made a world of difference. And I'm gonna tell y'all this: as soon as I got back into Richmond, I could feel my whole body change when I arrived back in Richmond. My whole body
frequency,
changed.
that energy, you come into a negative wall or something like that. You going through like.
So, Tamika and Gigi, because I got to get back to Chris. Tamika and Gigi, I challenge y'all to set some time just for you. And again, your thing may not be my thing, going to a hotel, not being bothered by anybody. But I challenge y'all and personally inbox me and let me know what you're going to do. I challenge you today to find something for you, to find some time for some R&R for you.
The relaxation challenge. I challenge you.
Yes.
Take care of that today.
I think I'm going to put that out there, the relaxation challenge. So, Chris, this is my next question to you. You ready?
Bring it.
All right. So, my next question to you is, Chris, what is the most rewarding for you? You named a whole lot of stuff that you're doing. Again, I know all of the things that you do, and I really don't think you even probably touch the surface with everything you do. But what has been the most rewarding?
Wow. I think, the most rewarding thing for me out of any and everything that I do is bring a smile to somebody's face.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Just knowing that that person is happy, knowing that they're in a good mood, knowing that I was able to help bring that about, I really enjoy that. So, whatever services and things that I do and that I do provide, because trust me, people who've been around me and work around me, especially in the open doing something, I'm always joking or laughing or doing something that'll uplift somebody else or make them bring them out of their space or their mood, as much as I can, of course.
So give me an example of a time that's happened.
Wow.
Where you've made somebody happy in something.
Wow. That's actually, I can't even begin to think or count. It's been so many moments. Let me see if I can pick one really quick. Something just a small story, really quick. Matter of fact, one time you running behind schedule was something that we was doing for the EDP show, or maybe it could have been EBO. And I knew this, so I already did it. So by the time you was getting ready to do it, you was like, you had called me real quick, and you was like, "Oh my God, like you on it, you on point, you already did that." You handled that.
And that makes a world of difference.
It makes a world of difference.
It makes a world of difference.
It makes a world of difference.
Because it makes me feel like, well, yeah, I really did choose the right person to be my right hand in a lot of things.
And just to know that that person cares enough that, man, you got this much on your plate already.
Exactly.
I was like, let me go ahead and knock this. I got the time to do this. Let me go ahead and knock this out. That'd be one less thing that person has to do.
Okay.
So, again, that's me.
What is the most challenging? With everything, we talked about balance. So with everything that you have going on, having a wife, having a social life, having that time where you got to focus on Chris, what is the most challenging thing you have to do as a brand builder, entrepreneur, and business owner?
I think the most challenging thing, I would say, I'm going to kind of break it into two pieces here. One being a brand owner and an entrepreneur is keeping your discipline, keeping your practice, keeping what you need to make your business strive and grow. Just because you post something online is just not enough. There has to be a consistency.
Right.
It's almost like building a relationship with the people. And even when you get to know somebody, or that's all a part of building that relationship. Because once you put more stuff out there, people get to see your face a little bit more. They get more comfortable with you. They see that you're doing things. People are more inclined to contact you. If you just somebody who just one pop up every now and then blue, you're not building that relationship. It's just like when people pray and they talk to God. If I talk to Him every day, just like I'm talking to you right now, I'm trying to build that relationship, build that communication.
Right.
And you have to do that. That has been, I think, for me, I do it in spurts. And it's the hardest thing for me to do and maintain is to keep that social media communication, being able to balance outside of us having our businesses and building and branding together, and also keeping that friendship with people. Having that genuine friendship with people, and having that balance with, keeping in touch with the people so people know who you are. That has been a challenge for me, and just maintaining that discipline of that aspect. Part two of that, and you mentioned having a wife. We both work long hours. As much as I would love to be spontaneous, as much as I would love to do things of that nature, sometimes it's very hard to do. But I'm always there to assist and help her. It's just being able to find that time to be able to come together to do the things that we like to do, to have that relationship balance and to keep that going. So it won't be such difficulty and have that hardship. We already know that we're friends. We already know that we're lovers. We already know that we have whatever together. Now is this time to set that time aside, date night, and things of that nature, just to keep things moving the way that it's supposed to move in your relationship.
Okay. So, and I know that a lot of entrepreneurs, brand builders, and business owners who are watching can relate to what my next question is going to be. I know I deal with it myself. There are some times where I look at certain things, I'm like, you know what, forget this. I don't want to do this no more. I'm done. I'm tired. I just want to throw in the towel. And not always because I feel defeated, because a lot of times I feel like, okay, I've given this all I can give it. It's time for something new. But then sometimes, I'll get something that pulls me back and I'll continue. So, feel like giving up? And if you do, what do you do to overcome it? And if you haven't been faced with that, tell us how you've been able not to have yourself in that position.
Honestly, I felt many times like I wanted to give up, especially writing, because although I'm a male, I am a nurturer by nature. By nature, I'm a supporter, and sometimes when you put stuff out there that's helpful to people, and you don't get the overwhelming response, or the people who are able to read it can identify with it, but it's just reaching and getting in touch with those people who need to, y'all need to read this damn book. But there was times, or in my mind, I thought that, okay, yeah, just because I wrote this book, I wrote these things, I'm being helpful, I'm sitting this information out there, this is going to be great, it's going to be wonderful. And when I didn't receive what I thought was going to happen, and so many people were saying, oh, well, you should write about your life, you should write about this, you should write about that. And when that response, what people were saying you should do, when you get there, let me know, I'm going to buy, I'm going to be there, I'm going to come see. When none of that stuff happened, I really just wanted to quit. Like, I didn't want to write no more, I didn't want to do anything. But the two things that really brought me back down to earth was knowing that whoever's supposed to get and read this book are going to get and read this book. I had to trust and understand and know that's a part of the process. It's a part of knowing. The book is going to do what it needs to do, and it's going to reach the people it's going to reach. Maybe not on my time or when I want it to, but I know God is preparing and setting that up. The second thing that actually kept me going is seeing other people around me who have gone through similar same things and had that breakthrough, or been able to come out of that space and still continue to create, and take on other branding, other entrepreneurships, other things that continue to grow in brand, as opposed to putting all your eggs in one basket. They continue to grow as a whole. And that was kind of like my, what you call that? When you fall and the net is there? What you call that?
Safety net?
It's like the safety net. That was my safety net in the beginning, but also knowing that in my lifeline, God has always put me in places. The right people always came when I needed it the most. The right people came when I needed it the most, and I also had to be in the right place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to receive the blessing that I was supposed to have, or what I was supposed to get, or be connected with the right people. So those are some of the things that kept me moving. When I was feeling bad, when I was feeling down, I felt like, damn, I'm wasting my time. But those are the things that have kept me going.
Okay. So, let's see. All right. Now, I know, especially with a lot of people that's looking, Tamika, Gigi, Mark, me, I know over the years you have done a lot of collaborating. You merge brands together, ideas together. What are your thoughts on collaboration?
Les, I love collaboration. Not only because it helps to not only help to build other people up, build brands, and do different things. There's always in that collaboration, there's always some idea or some direction that your life takes because of that collaboration. There's always a new network person out there, somebody that you'll be able to connect to bring on your next event. Somebody to give you another idea on a book. Somebody to give you another resource, to help you in your progression. Somebody else to teach you something that you didn't know before. And that's what I really love about being around like-minded people, creative people, and people from different experiences, different areas. They come from different states. They come from all walks of life, poor, rich, broke, in between it, and that's what I really love about it because it makes everything whole.
So what drives you? And like I said, Chris, you and I have been together for 10 years plus. When I say 10 years plus, y'all, I'm not saying we're in a relationship. We're friends. We're family.
That is a relationship.
No, you know somebody will run with that. You remember the time somebody said y'all, let me tell you this real quick. So again, me and Chris been friends for years. We used to work together. Somebody came up to me and said, yo, you ain't have to tell me about you and Chris. And I said, tell you what about me and Chris? What about me and Chris? Oh, you ain't telling me you and Chris was in a relationship. Well, that's because we're not in a relationship. So this person goes, I saw Chris touching on your butt earlier today. Wait a minute, y'all. In public, at work, Chris was touching on my butt. I said, what? You saw what happened? See, that's how ugly rumors get started. This dude has never touched my butt ever. The closest he comes to touching my butt is me sitting on his couch. Or we're in a picture together, but he did not touch my butt in a public place because we were in a relationship then. And I've been asked that question a lot about me and Chris. Like, y'all in a relationship? No, we're not in a relationship. But I get some other shit that I ain't even say right now about Chris, but I'm gonna leave that alone. So,
tell me after the show.
Shit, no, you already know about that. So, Chris, what makes you continue?
I think I was too busy doing other things.
Wait a minute, look. What makes you continue to build and grow with me?
Les, I would just say honestly, for one, from our friendship, we've grown. I trust you. Really love your ideas, and I know. Even with dealing with you on different projects, different business ventures or things of that nature, I know what I'm getting. I know, you're going to get the no nonsense. Of course, we're going to play, we're going to build, we're going to grow, but there's no nonsense. You hold me accountable. I hold you accountable. Mm-hmm. And it's very hard to build with people who don't want to own up to their shit, or they're not holding their weight, they're not pulling their weight, or they're into doing too much other shit as opposed to what we're doing trying to accomplish this goal. So, and then, again, I'm only one side of a coin. Mm-hmm. I only have one head and two eyes. Sometimes you need an extra pair of eyes. Well, 4 eyes. So that means 8 eyes. I got damn spider and shit. So you have an extra mindset in addition to your own. And I really think that's one of my favorite things. And then, we get down when things happen. We talk about it. We move past it. And that's it. We don't have repeats of somebody saying, well, I didn't like the way you said this or done this, blah, 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 blah. Mm-hmm. We don't have to go through that. We talk about it, it's done.
Right.
If we talk about this, it's because something new done came in the picture. Something new's happened. So, again, that is a part of growing, and that's the process. But that's really why I really enjoy like working with you. And again, you need to. I think this having that bond and that trust, and the leadership. I'm gonna tell. Well, a lot of we talk about leadership, right? A lot of people always talk about men and leadership. Men leadership roles, men blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, women always say this is a man's world, right? But she's a leader.
Thank you.
And there's also a point too where she is the student, she's a teacher, and I can vibe with somebody like that. Like myself, I do the same thing, and sometimes I'm in a leadership role, sometimes in a student role. Sometimes in a listening role, and sometimes I have to take charge or whatever that may be. but that's her. So I definitely appreciate you for being who you are.
But it's not about me. Enough about me. Under your brand umbrella, what do you enjoy the most?
One more time.
Under your brand umbrella, what do you enjoy the most?
Under
And
my
why?
brand umbrella, what do I enjoy the most?
And why? You have to answer why.
What do I really enjoy about my brand?
The most.
The most that I enjoy.
And
about
why?
my brand. I think even dealing with what I really deal into most, even with talking with people, mentoring, when I deal with the publishing services and things of that nature, I enjoy really being able to continue to learn.
Okay.
And to continue to grow. When you mentor, you meet people where they're at, accept them where they're at, and you have to assess and kind of fill in the cracks and mend those holes, fix those holes so they can step up and go to the next level. And those are some of the things that I, love to do, even as far as offering some of the services that I have. Technology is always changing. There's always new toys out there for you to get to further your business. There's always new something that's going to further your business. And even for publishing services that I offer right now, I've been asked to become people's publishers and things of that nature as far as their book, their brand is concerned. And that's a big responsibility. So I'm learning the other as far as doing the publishing services. Now I'm learning the other aspect of becoming a full-fledged publisher. I don't never like to pretend to say that I know something or I'm about something or being about something that I don't know fully. So I take that time and I love to learn and research and find out what that is so that I can be, to build my brand and build things that I need to, to do to grow and have those services for the people. Now, what was the second half of that?
It was just under your brand umbrella, what do you like the most and why?
I'm really a people person. And again, I just like to see people in a better place than they were yesterday.
Okay.
And that kind of gives me my drive to, really just be with people, network, and grow. And I just like to see that process. When I look back 2 or 3 months from now, or 6 months, or a year from now, from where we were last year, that does something to me, And I'm like, yeah, we fought through this and we built that, but that's what really drives me and gives me that. It pushes me forward.
Okay.
Just to look back and see where we're going.
So we have a viewer question. It's threefold.
All right.
4. How much have you sacrificed to build your brand? Do you feel it was worth it? Well, threefold. And do you feel that you are closer to your achievements?
Mr. MD, great questions. Thank you for putting that out there. I believe in sacrificing. And as an example, I remember us all at some point, whether it was individually or collectively together, where I was saying that we have to respect our time and prioritize. We have to draw the line in the sand. And when I started doing that and not just taking random calls and people calling you about stuff that has nothing to do with your growth or building your brand, and I started seeing you all do the same, that was that sacrifice that I put in to make sure that not only was I building and helping other people to succeed, I was also putting in that time to learn and grow in to put myself in better places and better positions. So I definitely appreciate y'all for being in there, for being along that walk with me. I feel that I've sacrificed a lot in regards to that, because a lot of things that I felt comfortable doing, things that I love to do, I had to put those things to the wayside. It almost brought me back to the time when I was working and going to school, going to college, get my paralegal degree. That took a lot of sacrifice. And this is the same sacrifice and energy and time that I put into learning the other side of the publishing game, learning a little bit more about mentoring, psychology, and things of that nature that's going to be able to help me to be better mentoring and being able to adapt and learn and grow with people. And I definitely feel all this was worth it. It's going to continue to be worth it. If you're going to be the top brand builder, you're going to be the top publisher one day, you're going to be the top author one day, top actor, top model, you want to put that work and time into your craft.
You know what, Chris? It's so crazy that you said that, because I think you're probably the only one of my friends that know about this project that I'm working on, and you just happened to find out because you was pushed into the meeting. But you know, I said it to myself today. It's so funny that you said that, because I said, Les, you gotta push harder. You gotta, and granted, I will say this, and kudos to me, because I've been grinding, I've been working harder than I have ever before. But then I said, what I'm trying to do right now, I gotta push harder, because this is the largest thing under my brand umbrella that I have ever done, and it's going to require so much more of me. And I thought about that today, because I was like, yo, Les, you got to do some more. You got to do some more research. You got to do some more reaching out to people. You know, and I'm reaching out to people. I reached out to 2 new people today to see if they're going to be on board with what I'm trying to do. But it's like, you got to push harder, because in my mind, it's like, I can't give up. I can't give up. And me not giving up means I gotta push harder, I gotta work harder, I gotta research more, I gotta put more effort into what I'm doing. If I gotta be up later at night, I gotta be up later at night. But granted, I'm constantly going, because a couple of people asked me when they found out that my R&R was this weekend. They said to me, and they laughed, they said, did you take any work with you this weekend?
Right.
And I did, y'all. I did take work for me. Take work with me, but sometimes too, that's part of the process of relaxing, of sitting in a room by myself where I know I'm not going to be bothered, and I can do my work without interruption. I can do my work without the phone ringing or the doorbell ringing or whatever the case may be. And so what you're saying right now for me is just confirmation, because I mean it, Chris. I said that I was thinking about that as I was coming to your house today.
And one of the things too, what I do want to start is, even if we have some improv, I don't care if we do it at the library, come to the crib, maybe for 2 hours on a Saturday, we just gonna throw scenarios out there, and you want to jump in the character, and you're gonna have to be this person, or you want to be whatever.
Oh, I love that.
And it'll give you a chance to be able to build this skill that we already have, but really enhance it, and to jump in that character like it was really you on that day, that time. I would really starting to do that, because when we're doing different things, even when we're on television programs, matter of fact, over a long period of time, a lot of people always said that I was so nonchalant, or oh, you don't care, or you don't this, not, and the third. It's just that I didn't want to give my energy towards whatever that thing was at that particular point in time, and I'm not going to give it. I'm not going to put my energy there, especially if it's something negative or something that's not going to be, as Maisha said, in my best interest. I'm not going to put that energy there into doing it.
Right.
But I think with everything that we have going collectively, whether we have to be a personality on TV moving forward, I have to get stronger with maybe my emotional aspect, being able to show more of who I am as an individual. Not saying that I have a wall or a mask up. It's just that that's just me. That's just who I am. Call me Bland Charlie. but no, I was like, that's not always true. But those who've been around me know they're uncomfortable. I can be a character out this world, you know. But then at other times, I'm just so laid back and nonchalant. But there's other times people see me like, oh my God, like I didn't even know you could speak. I didn't know you could talk, you know. So it's just, again, I would like to also build that and let's just get together. We just have an improv day, something fun. That's not even, you know, it could be just a fun game, improv.
Set it up.
We can set that up. If we can get that going, I would love to do that because it's something different, something that we haven't done before, and just an improv day. We just doing whatever and just enjoying ourselves. So, next question.
All right, so it's a statement. Then I'm gonna get my last question because
All right.
I'm starting to get sleepy. The wine kicking in. I was up late last night, so I want to say this to you all. I see God working in my life, and I see God changing things in my life. When God starts to change things in your life, and I'm talking to, I don't want to just say my brand builders, entrepreneurs, and business owners, but anybody who's watching right now, because somebody needs to hear this, not just me. But when God starts making changes in your life, when God starts shifting people in your life, when God starts removing people from your life, when God places the person who was A-centered, now they're B or C or D-centered, when you don't have those same connections, when you don't have those same desires, when your outlook on things starts to change, don't always question it. Don't always question what God is doing because he's preparing you and he's moving you around. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but y'all, over the last year or so, I've had to try to make sense of certain things, or why this happened, or why that happened, or why this is not over here, and why this is over there. And God has been revealing those things to me over the last couple of months of why he moved this, or he moved that, or he pushed me here, or he moved me there. He has been revealing those things to me. If you are a praying person, you believe in God, and you have faith, and you asking God to give you guidance, trust the process. Trust the process that God has you going through, y'all. Sometimes we're going to be in positions where we're uncomfortable. Sometimes we're going to be in positions where it's something new, and you're not ready to make that change because you're used to certain things being a certain way. Allow, and not to cut you off on what you were saying, but God just put this in my spirit. Like I said, when God moves you and he does different things and you've been praying, don't always think God's going to move things and do things the way that you want him to do them. He's going to do things in a way that he needs you to move. I look at a lot of things and I can look back now and I can see the preparation. He put me near this person because this had to happen. He removed this person because that has to happen. I had to go through this training, that training, because now I got this big project, this huge thing that's going to take off. I had to be prepared for that. So sometimes you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable, and it's okay. You're going to be a little bit uncomfortable. But God needs you to be uncomfortable so that he can move you. God needs you to be in a place where you're alone so that you can see that he's what your focus needs to be. Not that man, not that woman, not that group, not that team, but God needs you to focus on him. And when you're focusing on him, and I don't know who I'm talking to, I don't know who needs to hear this, but when God gets you to that point where he needs you to focus and he's shifting some things, trust the process. He needs you to move, but he needs things to happen, and he has to do things behind the scenes in order for them to happen. So sometimes when things don't seem like they're going your way, know that God is working behind the scenes. Know that God has to prepare you for that next step, that next elevation, that next level of success in your life, and be patient in the process. I just had a friend who just got a new job. And in conversation today, we were talking because a lot of times things would come and it didn't pan out. And now she's in a place where she's exuberant. She's like, I love this job, this, that, and other. So I'm going to say this, y'all, and I'm going to ask Chris my last question because I swear, y'all, I'm getting sleepy. Trust the process. Trust the process. Say it with me.
Trust the process.
All right. So, Chris,
Yes.
here's my next and final question to you tonight.
And you know what, Liz?
What's up?
I think, we talk about trust the process.
Mm-hmm.
What did I always say? I know a lot of people who are listening right now who is around me like that.
Mm-hmm.
I always talk about individual maturity. I always talk about business maturity. Talk about relationship maturity. There's always that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, whether it's God, whether it's just something to make you uncomfortable enough.
Yep.
Two things are going to happen when you get that uncomfortable. You're going to learn from it and elevate, or you're going to sit in that mud for a little bit longer,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to be stagnant. For a lot of us that I know, some of the people that are watching now, and who have dealt with me, have been in that process or that place where
Mm-hmm.
you have to trust the process. You have to grow individually so your business can prosper, because once you're elevated,
Mm-hmm.
your energy and your time is going to be fed into your business as well, and that's going to elevate as well. And once that goes out, and people have to understand that we're all connected in some form, somehow or another. When your passion and your energy goes out, it attracts more people like you. It's going to attract a lot of things coming your way. So no matter what happens, just know we have to trust the process, so those things can be interchangeable. We give a little,
So God
we
can
get
do
a little.
what He needs to do to get you to that next level.
Absolutely.
And as you start trusting more in God and you start letting things go, I promise y'all gonna see a world of difference. And I say this from my own experience. When you stop worrying, when you stop, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen? When you have that moment, and don't get me wrong, because we all have that moments. There have been times I've cried in private, but when I cried in private and I got over it and I gave it to God, I'm telling y'all, I have seen so many things happen in my life. I'm telling y'all, God has blessed me in many ways. When certain things changed in my life, when I tell y'all, my pocket's getting fatter, I'm making more connections, I'm doing more things, I'm doing things on a larger scale, I'm making connections with people I'd have never thought that I would make connections with. Y'all, trust the process. It might be hard sometimes. You might feel like giving up. I'm going to tell y'all this. Somebody needs to hear this. Don't give up. Trust the process. Reach out to your friends. Wait on God. It's His time and not ours. He's got to prepare us. And sometimes, y'all know that crap that we going through, that we allow ourselves to be in.
Distracted.
God's got to fix us from that and prepare us. But again, I'm getting sleepy because I got to go home, y'all. I'm getting sleepy. So my last question tonight, Chris, is what do you have coming up? What do we need to look out for from Chris Styles, Chris Allen, Chris everything?
Again, y'all, I'm really looking forward to right now I'm in connection with a couple different groups of doing more Facebook Live, more podcasts, talking about the state of our people, talking about issues going on with our young men, our adult men, and women as well. Almost putting out there like a wellness community type of deal, but on a real level, everyday level. I'm looking to, so anybody out there who does have a podcast, or they want somebody to talk about issues or problems or things that you don't normally talk about with everyday people type of deal, hit me up. I'm looking to be on more podcasts, more shows, just to talk about things I don't normally talk about in the realm of what I do normally. I'm working on right now book called Bodily Harm. Not bodily, but bodily harm. Bottlrui, bodily. That's going to be an amazing book. I'm also working on my children's book as well. I've showed y'all pictures of that, at least the beginning covers of it, the beginning of the makings of it. And that's a whole different learning project as it is when you're creating children's books and it's a whole different element to that. Where you have to, it's almost like you're creating a play or a manuscript for a television program, because everything has to be pictured out so that the artist who's creating your children's book and anime or cartoon characters will be able to put those scenes the way they're supposed to be, page by page. So that's something else that I'm working on, that I've been doing some research and getting together. And Open Wounds 2, I'm going to put that book on hold right now, but I'm going to actually, put some time to put that together. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I have right now that, outside of, my publishing services that I offer. I do put all that, I put that first, but in between, I do schedule that time that I need to do to make sure that my dreams happen, as well as creating and completing those for others. As I'm trying to think too. Oh, and also that improv joint. We gotta do that. I'm glad y'all like that idea.
I'm here to help whatever you need.
But I really think that that would be good for us as far as building, what we have going on, and other people being a part of their visions, and also growing our own when we do this improv thing, and preparing us for interviews in the future, and preparing us for other things as well. So with that being said, I can't think of anything else that I have going on right now. There was a couple things that I did want to speak about, but I have to put that on hold right now because I did have some things going on in April with being a speaker in regards to business plans and things of that nature. That's been put on hold for right now, but I'm pretty sure when that time comes, that's going to come back into play. But I'm definitely enjoying. Again, if you have adults, if you need teen mentors or some of that nature, hit me up. If you're just beginning to put your book together, book coach. So those are the things that I'm really into right now, and things that I love to do. So get at me. You can always reach me at 804-464-8479. Author Chris Allen on Instagram. On Instagram, you can reach me, I believe it's C. Allen Author. I couldn't find any other way they wouldn't allow me to put anything else together. I believe it's C. Allen Author. Facebook, Chris Allen. My website is author Chris Allen at wixsite.com/Christopher-Allen. And again, you can reach me, just hit me up. And I'll be there. I'll do whatever I can at this point in time. I'm also on Twitter. Listen, I appreciate y'all for tuning in this evening. I'm the first person for the March month of men. I'm trying to think. Next week. Wow.
Somebody named Jermaine?
No. Matter of fact, next week I'm going to be having. This gentleman, his name is Mr. Hakeem Gillum L.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's going to be on the show next week. And again, this is an amazing brother, from Baltimore, lives here in Hopewell. I have a lot of respect for this brother. I've seen what he's done and what he's accomplishing. And he's doing some very amazing good things in the community. And it's just amazing, feeding the homeless, charity.
Wow.
Also, being that head person of the church, and just really taking the Word of God and His teachings to a whole nother level, you know, as far as even personally, but also the business aspect, and you know, just bringing that together and showing the young men and the young women, you know, what it is, and bringing back to, you know, what it is to be a minority person in God. So, not what the media says, and not what somebody else done said, is who we are as individuals and being. Although we go through what we go through as far as our things are concerned. And again, this is the amazing guy. Going to have him next week, 7 p.m. right here on EDP 365 Facebook Live. Again, also I want y'all to check us out on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel as well. I know I got to get with Les, so to be more active in that. But Les has been holding it down. Thank you.
I do what I can, you know.
And again, EDP 365 is going to grow, and we're going to do some amazing things. We're getting some new toys, some new layouts. We're getting some new things coming up, y'all. So stay tuned for that. And again, we love you. Les, what else you got to say
Okay.
tonight, again, Mama?
Real quick. All right, so again, these great shirts. This one says "Believe in Yourself." Highlighted in red, it says "Be You." This is a great shirt. It's going for $15. You only can get a blinged out t-shirt for $15. This is a size large. You will have to pay shipping and handling unless you're in Richmond, Virginia, and you can meet with me. But this is a great shirt, great quality t-shirt. Again, believe in yourself, believe you. This is pretty.
Nice
I love
shirts.
it. I love it. All right. So this one. All right, this is a Boss. This is the Boss t-shirt. I put this up to the screen earlier. You can see from here how it's glistening, how it's twinkling, glisten. So
Yo, I love that though.
this is really pretty for all my pink lovers. This is the size extra large. Again, this one is going for $15. The rhinestones are elevated, so this is really, really great. Again, this is so pretty up close and personal. It's just glimmering. It has pink and yellow and blue. The way you turn it, the light hits it, and it's beautiful. This is going for $15 as well. And so if you're interested in getting this shirt,
Yo, that
then
shit is really blinging too.
yeah,
I'm
it
loving
is.
that.
It's really blinging. And so I have these for sale. So let me tell y'all what else is going on. Don't forget to join EDP 365, Meet, Connect, Promote, ADCAC, Richmond, Virginia Events and Vendors. Gino, I just started a new group. It's called I Sell. The reason I created I Sell is because a lot of times you want to post something and you're not going to be a part of a vendor's event or anything like that. You just want to post something so people can see what you're selling. And so I created I Sell. So once I can find a way to make these shirts look great, if nobody buys them tonight, I'm going to post them on I Sell. All right, Real Women of RVA. 2 episodes have aired. Now, if you want to see me in my night attire, you can go, you can check that out. Now, you can get a month subscription on wobbletv.com. It's $7.99 per month, or you can pay $3.99 for 1 day of binge watching. Again, Real Women of RVA. 2 episodes have aired, the first and the second. Check it out. TC Boy, she's really, really funny, y'all. So go and check her out on the show. And again, the second episode, you can see me in some lingerie. And so that's going to be there. So check that out. Please support Real
Fellas,
Women of
y'all hear
RVA. Yeah, in my lingerie.
Subscribe.
And so, Real Women of RVA is also on YouTube. You can check it out there as well. Also, let me say this, y'all. This guy is freaking amazing. Mr. Derek Hall of DLH Solutions. He's at 530 East Main Street here in Richmond, Virginia. He's dltaxandbooking.com. 530 again, 530 East Main Street. His telephone number is 804-303-8105. Again, 804-303-8105. He has been my tax preparer for the last 3 years, and I'm telling y'all, this dude is freaking amazing. I have a friend, she is very particular. She's been doing her taxes for years. If she tells me that this guy did amazing, he's freaking amazing. He did her and her husband's taxes last year. She was pleased. He's done my mom's taxes this year. And so, y'all, I have people to tell me that he has gotten money back, and I know this to be the truth. For the last 3 years, I have gotten money back on my taxes. and for a couple of years I had to pay back money. And so y'all, if you still have not gotten your taxes done, Derek Hall is the guy for you. Convenient weekend hours. If you can't come during the week, he doesn't have 8 billion people waiting in the lobby. He sets you an appointment, you in, you out. Again, not 8 billion people sitting in the office. He's very knowledgeable. He's friendly, he's professional. As Derek is doing your taxes, you can see him doing your taxes right in front of you. He has a screen, you have a screen. I'm telling y'all, if you need somebody to do your taxes and you want an amazing job, he's up on all the new tax laws. This is the guy for you.
I do want to ask one question. D, if you're on the show this evening and you're watching, have you ever bowled a 300?
And he's a bowler. I'm going to send him that text. I'm going to send him a text tonight. We're just asking if he's bowling 300.
Okay, you bowled a 300.
I'm going to ask him if he's bowling 300. But I'm telling y'all, he is freaking amazing. Derek is the bomb. He is amazing. And so, also, thank you to everybody who has signed up to be a vendor at my May Vendor with Friends event. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Gigi. Thank you, Tyra. Thank you, Chris. And to everybody else who has signed up, thank y'all so much. I greatly appreciate y'all being a part of this. Now, for those of you who can't be in the room physically, but you still want to be in the room, now I have opened up my brag bags. $10 to be in the brag bag. You can put your postcards in there. You can put your business card, your brochure. You can put a product in there. You can give a product to be given away during the raffle. And so I ask that y'all participate in my brag bag. It's only $10. $10 to invest in yourself. And don't look at it as you're spending money. Look at it as you investing in yourself and always promoting. You never know. Right, exactly. You never know who's going to come across your business card. Let me say this. I was looking for a travel agent. My mom got my brag bag from my event in August of last year. I ended up calling this travel agency. Unfortunately, she missed out because she took too long to call me back. But the fact remains, my mom grabbed her number and said, hey, this came out of that brag bag that you have. Again, it's nothing like having other people or new people to know about your business. So again, $10 is an investment in you, and your information can be in 60 to 70 bags. I'm also looking for a company where I can get my bags and my brand name on it for my brag bags. And so that's all I have for tonight. I thank y'all so much for always supporting EDP 365. Tonight is all about Chris, so please support Chris and all that he's doing. Reach out to him on Facebook, on Instagram. Helping in the services that he's doing. And even if you're not an author and you don't need any book services, y'all, when y'all see information online, hit the share button. Let people know about what other people are doing. It only takes a second to hit share. You don't even have to type anything. If you see something that somebody's doing their business, they got an event coming up, hit the share button so other people know what's going on. Takes a second to hit the share. So please support Chris and all that he's doing. He's got a lot going on. He's a great guy, he's professional, great business owner, entrepreneur, and brand builder. And again, I thank y'all so much for always tuning in to us, to our people who are always here, who've always been watching, whether we got 1,000 or whether we got 3. But thank y'all to the people who continue to look at EDP 365 and support us and make us want to come on here every Tuesday and just have the conversations.
And as we close out this evening, don't forget to celebrate your victories, both small and large. When you celebrate the small ones, bigger ones are going to come. So it's almost a prerequisite to actually having that big one. And, just having that humbleness and that appreciative for what you have and what's coming to your life. Again, those victories, large or small, appreciation is going to be, your business will also grow in reference to that as well. Again, I would say this again. Where's your hustle spirit? It's really time. 2020. Let's get a hustle
2020 vision.
Are you living constructively or are you living destructively? You can only answer that question. Let's start living more constructively. Let's start being more accountable for our mental, our emotional health and our physical health. And again, I don't know if any of y'all really been following some of the aspects of things that have been going on around the world. Again, I'm just saying, do our best to get yourselves right. No matter what you believe in, I just say, become better than what you were yesterday, and I believe that you'll be okay. But keep your eyes on the sky. There's a lot of changes going on here. Check the weather, all that. And again, pay attention to the words of the politicians and the bills they bring into the table. Because every time they put something that's supposed to be attention grabber out here, like the coronavirus, they doing some underhanded shit behind the scenes. Again, pay attention to the words of the politicians. I hope y'all went out to vote today. I was number 518 in my district today, so
I was 555.
I actually went down and voted when I got off work. I want to thank Alex Miller for actually reminding me, because I was getting ready to prepare for the EDP 365 show, and then he was like blah 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 blah. I was like, okay, boom, let me run out here real quick. Even to the point I even look. Let me tell y'all this. I was this past it. Les is coming down my street, and I was ready to pass her, and I was like, I stopped. I gave her the keys. This was like, yo, I'll see you in a couple minutes. Get out in the basement. I'm going to go vote. So that's what I did. It almost got past me, but I knew that's something that I needed to do. I hope everybody did participate in some form of fashion. And again, these characters are out of control. If you want to talk in private about what you feel about the political campaigns and things of that nature, I'm not trying to get our videos flagged or nothing of that nature. So hit me up, 804-464-8479. We can have a conversation. We can set up a conference call. We can talk. But listen, it's a lot going on out here, and I really don't want us to sleep on any and everything that we're doing right now, but continue to grow our business, focus on what we need to focus on. I love y'all. Let's continue to build and do this thing. And blessings and encouragement, love, hope, inner healing for all of us out there. We love y'all. From TEDP 365 next week, 7 p.m. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Facebook Live, YouTube. We coming at you with Hakeem Gillum L. Agape.
Relax, don't stress yourself. Finley Bradley, El Bravador, get you some rest.
Get well, bro. Peace. Love y'all.